Hello again. We will continue now where we started before this interruption. Actually, I had some problems with the electricity, but now hopefully is everything okay. And I will just remind you what we had been talking about before this interruption that we had. So first we learned one very useful, interesting phrase: you'd better, I'd better, he'd better, we'd better. So it's like a kind of strong advice. So it's stronger than you should. You should go to bed at once, but if you want to be more precise and explain how important that is, then you can use you'd better. So you'd better go to bed at once. You'd better eat less chocolate. He'd better study more. We'd better drink more water. So these were the examples that I wrote down here and explained to you. So it means that we use subject. It can be I, you, he, she, whatever. After that, you put an apostrophe and D. It's shortened from had, but we don't say we had better, you had better. We usually say you'd better, he'd better. So subject, apostrophe, D. After that, better. So it's the comparative form of the verb, of the adjective good. So better. And then you use the base form of the verb. So infinitive form of the verb without do. Okay, so we'd better drink more water. Željko Filipović. Hello, Željko. Nice to see that somebody is here with me. I will share your video on my Facebook profile. That's so kind of you. I'm very grateful for that share. Thank you very much. Okay, then we talked about Tom. So Tom is a young man who lives in the room above us. So we use present simple tense for this sentence, and we said that he lives in the room above us. And then we wanted to get some more information about Tom and about the place where he lives. We wanted to ask a question starting with how long. So I wanted to know the exact time when he moved in. And in order to find that exact time out, I have to make a question using present perfect tense. It can be either present perfect simple or present perfect continuous tense. I already said that when you use verbs like live, study, work, smoke, something that can last long, then we usually use present perfect continuous. So we say, how long has Tom been living here? How long has Tom been living here? So I want to ask for time. How long has it been going on? When did it start? In order to answer this question, I have to use present perfect again, present perfect simple or continuous. He has been living here, or as I said, he has lived here. And then I have two options. I can use since, preposition since, or for. So when do we use since? When do we use for? We use since when we know the exact time, date, year when something happened. So he has been living here since 2000, since March this year, or since October. And we can use for, on the other hand, when we just want to say how long has it been going on. So he has been living here for years, for months, for days, etc. So you use since when you know exact time when something happened. And you use for when you want to say how long has it been happening, has it been going on. Okay, let's move on. Number 8. They will keep their promise. They will keep their promise is number 9. Never mind what number it is. They will keep their promise. So first of all, here I would just like you to pay attention to this promise, word promise, and the verb keep. So to keep a promise, what does it mean? Can you keep the secret or can you keep the promise? So if you keep promise, you do what you promised that you would do. So, for example, they said, okay, we will come at 8. They said, we will come at 8. So I ask, what do you think? Will they keep their promise? That is, will they really come at 8? They promised to come at 8. So will they keep their promise? Will they come at 8? Yes, they will keep their promise. They will come at 8. I think that they always keep their promises. So if I promise something, I like to keep my promise and to do what I promised to do. You can use this keep with another noun, and that's a secret. So I have something that is on my chest and I have to tell you, but it's a secret. So can you keep the secret? So if you keep the secret, it means that you won't tell it to anyone. It will be only between you and me. Please keep the secret. Okay, so keep the promise and keep the secret. And here in this sentence number 9 that you have on your screen now, we use future tense. Some students say that future tense for them is the easiest tense. So they will keep the promise. So how do you form this future tense? You use will, and will is the same for all. So I will, you will, he will, they will, you will, we will, and then you use the base form of the verb. And that is here, verb to keep. So they will keep their promise, and I'm sure of that. Okay, we can move on if you're ready to see what do we have here. We have here a sentence, a question that is, why are you looking so sad? Why are you looking so sad? So here, look, we have the verb look, which can have different meanings, as you already know, I guess. So here, verb look doesn't mean to look and concern our eyes, so it doesn't have anything to do with looking at something. It has to do with our appearance. So why are you looking so sad? It means what happened to you. Why are you looking so sad? So the verb look, as I said, has nothing to do with using our eyes and to look at something. So when you look at something, that it means that your eyes are in that direction. So at this moment, I'm looking at the screen. So we can ask, for example, why are you looking at the screen?
At me.
Or at me. Why are you looking at me? So as you can see, this preposition at changes the meaning of the sentence. So why are you looking so sad? It means, why do you have a sad expression, for example, on your face? Why are you so sad? when you look your face, when you look sad, it usually means that you're not feeling very well for some reason. Okay, and why are you looking at the screen? It means that your eyes are in that direction. You're looking at the screen. I'm looking at the screen. We can mention some other interesting and different phrasal verbs with the verb look. For example, why are you looking after his dog, for example? So again, everything is the same. Why are you looking? Why are you looking? Why are you looking? But then we have a difference here with the preposition. So the preposition makes a difference. In this sentence we have at, and now we have after. So why are you looking after his dog? Do you know what that means? To look after. To look after means to take care of somebody or something. So he is not at home right now. Maybe he has gone on holiday, for example, and he has a dog, but he couldn't take his dog with him because maybe the hotel isn't dog friendly. So he had to leave his dog with me. So if you ask me, why are you looking after his dog? I'm looking after his dog because he is on holiday right now. He is not at home. So somebody has to feed the dog. Somebody has to take the dog for a walk. And I'm doing that. So I'm looking after the dog. I'm feeding the dog. I'm taking him for a walk. I'm playing with him, etc. Okay. So to look at, to look after, and I just remember another one. Why are you looking? And now I will use the preposition for. Why are you looking for your glasses, for example? And you can ask me that question if you see me looking for my glasses, but actually my glasses are on my head. So why are you looking for your glasses? So now we have to look for something. So what does it mean to look for something? It means that there is something that you cannot find. You don't know, I don't know, for example, where my glasses are. I have to look for them. I have to search for them. I have to go around my flat and to look under the table, under the sofa, in the bathroom, in the kitchen. I have to look for my glasses everywhere in order to find them. So why are you looking for your glasses when your glasses are on your head already? Okay, it's enough now with this look, but hopefully now you have a clearer picture of how English language sometimes works in weird ways. So we started with look, to look, just to look without any preposition, just look, and it means to have an appearance. So I look happy now and I look sad now. So, or you can ask, how do I look? How do I look? I have a new dress, for example, and I am all dressed up and I put on makeup and everything, and then I can ask you if you like the way I look. So how do I look? That's only look. And then we mentioned look at, look after, and look for. So three phrasal verbs with different prepositions, so at, after, and for, and these prepositions change the meaning of the word look. So to look at something, to look after, to take care, and to look for, to search. Okay, this was good. Let's move on. Another example for you, the wind has died down. First interesting thing is the usage of present perfect tense in this sentence, and maybe another second interesting thing can be that we used the verb to die for wind. So we know that a person can die. So if we say he died, it means he passed away. He is not alive anymore. But here we have another phrasal verb with die down. So it was so windy during the night. It was windy, so the wind was blowing. And then when I woke up this morning, I noticed that the wind has died down. So there was no wind. It was sunny and calm and clear sky, and it was warm, so the wind has died down. Of course, I can use past simple tense here and say the wind died down. And actually, it's okay. But whenever you want to say that something happened in the past, but you don't want to mention when, or you don't know when, you can use present perfect tense, and you won't make a mistake. So the wind has died down. I don't know when, maybe during the night, maybe in the morning. I just know that the wind isn't blowing right now, so I used present perfect tense. The wind has died down. Okay, number 15. Number 15 is number 15 is it's close to 10 o'clock. It is close to 10 o'clock. So it's an answer to a question. What time is it? What time is it? Is it 10 o'clock? No. It's almost 10 o'clock.
That's 9.
It's 5 to 10. It's almost 10 o'clock. I have a little assistant here, and he's trying to help me with some numbers, but it's okay. I don't need his help right now. Okay, so it's close to 10 o'clock. It means that it's not 10 o'clock, but it's almost 10 o'clock. Okay. And this, just a sec. Okay, so close. What does it mean, close? You can close the door. So this verb close, for example, close the door. Close the door, I'm cold. And you pronounce it with Z, close the door. Close the window, it's windy outside. Can you please close the door? So close, it means to shut. Close or shut. But we can use this close, just with S, not close, but close, when we want to say that something is near. So she lives close to me, or she is my close friend. She is my close friend. It means that we spend a lot of time together, and we talk a lot, and I trust her and everything. So she is my close friend. Close friend. And I will close the door. So just pay attention to Z and S. So close the door. She is my close friend. I live close. Znači živim u blizini. That's the same word, the same spelling, but we pronounce it a little bit different, and the meaning is different. Okay, so if you want to say that it is 5 minutes to 10, you can say it's almost 10, it's 5 minutes to 10, it's close to 10. It's close to 10. Sandra, big, veliki pozdrav. I say hello to you as well. And thank you very much for the nice words. Okay. She struggled to get up. Number 18. So, to struggle to do something, it means to try hard to do something. So, if she had to struggle to get up, it probably means that either she was sick, she was ill, so she couldn't get up, or maybe she was too old and she couldn't get up. So she had some problems and she struggled to get up. She tried really, really hard to get up. So a struggle is like a fight, a struggle. Number 19, can I pay by credit card? Can I pay by credit card? So you can learn this question, sentence by heart and use it anytime when you're somewhere, when English language is spoken and it is a shop or a restaurant and you want to pay by a credit card. You don't have cash, you want to use your credit card, and then you ask, excuse me, sorry, can I pay? Or even better, could I pay? So instead of can, you can use could, which is more polite. Could I pay by credit card, please? Okay, number 20, I always read a book in bed. I always read a book in bed. So whenever you see this always here, then you guess it's present simple tense in question, and you will be right in 90% of the time. When you see always, it's usually present simple tense. But we have to check with the verb as well. So here we have read. So read is the base form of the verb, and then you're sure that it is present simple tense. I read a book in bed. I read a book in bed every night. How do we make question with this present simple tense? It can be tricky for someone who isn't very experienced and who hasn't studied English for a long time to try to make a question. So I want to make a question about your habits and regarding reading. So I want to ask whether you read books or not. So how do I start this question? With do. If it is present simple tense, second person singular, I will ask you, do you? Do you read a book in bed? I read a book in bed. Do you read a book in bed? Do you read a book in bed? So there is no do in the affirmative sentence. In the affirmative sentence, we have subject, I, verb, read. So I read. But when we want to make a question, we have to invent this do. It's auxiliary verb to do. And we use it to make a question. Do you read a book in bed? Maybe you don't read books, maybe you read newspapers, and I want to ask you whether you read books or newspapers in bed. And then I will ask you what, and then again, don't forget about do. What do you read in bed? So we make question yes and no questions in present simple tense. We make with auxiliary verb to do. Do you read? Yes, I do. No, I don't. These are simple questions. Yes and no questions. And we start with do. Or does, we will see. For now it's do. But if we want to make more complex question with question word like what or where or why, then we put this question word at the beginning and then again the auxiliary do. So that's very important, and you shouldn't skip this auxiliary verb when you make a question. So do you read a book? What do you read? When do you read a book? Why do you read a book? Or What did I skip? I know. Why, where, what, whatever. So the main thing is not to skip the auxiliary verb when you make questions in present simple tense. I read a book. Do you read a book? What do you read? Do you read books or do you read newspapers in bed? Okay, we will have to mention here the third person singular. So I said do is important thing in present simple tense, so it's auxiliary verb, but it can be does as well if instead of you we use he or she. So I want to ask about your sister or about your brother, about your husband. Does he or she read books? So you see, when I use he or she and not you, I, we, they, so when it is third person singular, I use does. Does. So there is do and there is does. Does is for third person singular. Does he or she read books? And again, if I want to ask whether he or she reads books or newspapers, so I start the question with what? What? And then does he or she read in bed? So what does he or she read in bed? She reads books and he reads newspapers. She reads books and he reads newspapers in bed. Okay, let's move on to something different. Here we had a sentence 25 and it says, I wish we had won the game. I wish now that we had won the game. Pay attention to this. This is past perfect tense, had, and past participle of the verb win. So this is the verb win, to win a game, to be a winner, to beat somebody in the game and then to win. And in past perfect, we use had as auxiliary verb and past participle, so won. Okay, but you can ask, why do we need past perfect tense here? I wish, why can't we say, I wish we won the game and use past simple? I wish we won the game. And that would be a perfect question for a teacher, because yes, you can use past simple tense here as well, but with a different meaning. So the meaning would change. I wish we had won the game. When can I say this? Before the game or after the game? What do you think? I wish we had won. Well, we can say I wish we had won the game only after the game has finished. So the game is over. Did we win the game? No, we didn't. We lost the game. And then we went home and we started talking about the game. And then somebody said, I wish we had won. I wish we had won, but we didn't. And the sentence that I wrote down after, I wish we won the game. I wish we won the game. When can we say this? Before or after? Or maybe during the game? So this one is after the game. But this sentence here, we can say it before or maybe during the game. So I wish we won. The game is still on, or maybe we are starting the game now. So there is chance, it is likely that we will win the game. We don't know yet what will happen. So the game either hasn't started yet, or the game has started and now we will see what will happen. And of course, everybody wishes that they won the game. So before the game, during the game, I say, I wish we won this game. And after the game, we didn't win, we lost, and then I say, I wish we had won the game. In order for you to understand it better, I will give you another example with this wish. So after wish, we can use either past simple or past perfect tense. So after wish, we use either past simple or we use past perfect tense. We don't use present simple tense after wish. There is a popular song. It says, I wish you were here. So what does it mean? I wish you were here. This were is past simple form of the verb to be. So you are not here now at this moment. You're not here. So it's party time. There is a party going on, and during that party, I think about you, and then I say, wow, I wish you were here. So it's like when the game, when we had the sentence with the game is on, and I use past simple, and I say, I wish we won the game. I wish you were here. So maybe you will come, I don't know. I only say that I wish now that you were here. Maybe you will come. But then the party is over. Unfortunately, you didn't show up. Maybe you were busy, I don't know. Maybe you didn't want to come. Maybe you are angry with me, or maybe you just forgot about the party completely. But you didn't come. And then I make a sentence with wish, and I said, I wish you had been here. I wish you had been here at the party. So, when you want to use the verb wish, you just have to think about the things that you're wishing. So do you wish that something happens now, or that something had happened in the past? So if you're referring to the present situation and to the future situation, you use past simple tense. If you're referring to the past situation, you use past perfect tense. Maybe it sounds complicated, I don't know. For me, I've repeated this like for a million times, and for me is like completely clear, and I know how to use it. But I know that sometimes teachers, they forget that there were times when they didn't know these rules, and there were times that the teachers themselves had to learn this. But then somehow they just repeat the same things like millions of times, and then they forget how it is to be a student. And I think that's the main reason why some teachers are successful and good teachers, and why some teachers are not very successful and not good teachers, and why students don't like them. So if you want to explain something to someone, you have to start from scratch. You have to forget everything, your experience, and then you just have to be in the student's shoes. So to be in their shoes and try to explain as best as you can. Okay, so I wish you were here. I wish you had been here. If you want to see whether you understood the rule or not, the best way to check that is to write your own example. So you have this top chat here. You can write everything that you want. So don't be shy and just try to write your own examples with wish or with something else that we have done in this lesson, and then I can correct it if there is a mistake, or maybe you won't make any mistake. Maybe you will make a perfect sentence and you will be satisfied with yourself, and that will be a boost for your confidence, and then you will be more positive about English and you will learn more, you will have more, you will be empowered. Okay, so I wish you wrote something. I wish you wrote a comment here. So I say now, during this lesson, the lesson is on, so there is chance that you write something, and then I use past simple. I say, I wish you wrote a comment here. And after this live stream, when it's finished, I will say, I wish you had written something, but you didn't. Okay. She's aggressive. His eyes are blue. I like this one better. Do you know who they are? Here I have some short sentences and easy ones. No complicated grammar in them. Just a couple of words. So she's aggressive. You just pay attention when you spell this verb. So double G, double S. Aggressive. An animal can be aggressive and do some things that are not really good for others. So when you're aggressive, you can go and fight with people, scream, yell at people, or you can be an aggressive driver. And anyway, it's not good to be aggressive in any way. So don't be aggressive. His eyes are blue. His eyes are blue. So when you want to describe somebody, and I can ask what color or what colors are his eyes. Pay attention to plural, because usually there are two eyes and maybe two or more colors. So what color, or I can say what colors are his eyes. Because, for example, my daughter's eyes are green and brown, and mine also. They are not brown, they're not green, but there are something mixed with green and brown. So you can ask me what colors are your eyes. Of course, you can use it for hair. What color is your hair? What colors are your eyes and your hair? That's all about colors that you can ask. I mean, when it comes to describe a person. Maybe what color is your shirt? Yes. What color are your pants? What color are your shoes? So you can ask about anything. About clothes, or color of the eyes, or color of somebody's hair. I like this one better. I like this one better. So when can you use this phrase? For example, you are in the shop, you want to buy, I don't know, a t-shirt. And then there are two t-shirts in front of you, and you can say to the shop assistant, when she or he asks, which one do you like better? Which one do you prefer? Or which one do you like better? Which one do you like better? I like this one better. So you don't need to repeat t-shirt. You don't have to say, I like this t-shirt better. You can just say this one. But it depends on the context. So if I know what you're talking about, then you can say this one. But if I don't know what you want to buy, you have to say, I like this t-shirt better than the other one. I like this color better. I like this model better, etc. So which one do you like better? I like this one better. Again, don't forget to use auxiliary verb to do before the subject. Which one do you like better? Don't say which one you like better. Maybe in your own language, you don't use auxiliary verbs when you make questions. So you just say maybe which one you like better. But in English, you will always put something, auxiliary verb, between the question, word, and the subject. Which one do you like better? If I want to ask this question in past simple tense, I will say which one did you like better? And here you can see the importance of auxiliary verbs. I can make another one in future tense. So you are going to the shop to see some t-shirts, and I can ask you which one will you like better? So you see, if you skip these auxiliary verbs, do, did, and will, you have no idea whether you are going to buy a t-shirt, or you already bought a t-shirt, or you will buy a t-shirt. So don't forget about auxiliary verbs if you want to be precise and if you want people to understand you. "36, I like, do you know?" Sorry, do you know? Just a sec. You have to put it a little bit up, and this one is an interesting one. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know who they are? Do you know who they are? Again, it's a simple question. It has nothing, complicated in it. Do you know? We all know what it means. Do you know who they are? Everything is clear. But sometimes some students or people who are learning English can make a mistake, and instead of this sentence, like this, they will say this, and you will tell me if that happens to you or not. Do you know who are they? Do you know who they are? Do you know who are they? So what is the correct one? Who they are or who are they? Well, the first one was correct one, and I will tell you why. When we make a direct question starting with who is a question verb, after a question verb we use either auxiliary verb, or here there is no auxiliary verb, we just use the verb to be. So who are you? Who are they? Who are we? Etc. Who are you? Who are they? So that's the way that we have to make a question. Question verb, verb to be, and then subject. Who are you? Who are they? That's direct question. But we also have these indirect questions that we can start with do you know? Or I would like to know. Or can you tell me? So who are they? I would like to know who they are. Who are they? Can you tell me who they are? Do you see what I'm doing? I'm not mixing. I am changing the position of the verb to be and the subject. Direct, indirect question. Indirect question, you put verb to be and then the subject. Who are you? Indirect question, I would like to know, do you know, could you tell me who they are? That's a very, very common thing in English. And you will come across this kind of direct, indirect things very, very often. And you just have to be careful. I think the main mistake, the most common mistake here is with the question, what time is it? So when you make a direct question about the time, you say, what time is it? So direct question, you put the verb to be at the first place and then the subject. What time is it? But if I'm in the street and I meet a stranger, I don't know that man, and I don't have a watch, I don't have my phone with me, and I need to know about the time. So I stop some random man in the street, and then I want to be polite and kind, and I don't want to say, what time is it? But I want to say, excuse me, could you tell me? And now this what time is it is not a direct question anymore, because I have already made a question. Could you tell me? So what do I have to do? I have to put first the subject and then the verb. Could you tell me what time it is? What time is it? Could you tell me what time it is? And he can say, for example, I don't know what time it is. I don't have a watch, sorry. I don't know what time it is. It's also an indirect sentence. So it's just a matter of practice. So you have to make a lot of direct questions and then make indirect questions and then practice. Practice will help you to adjust your ear and your tongue and your mouth when you pronounce some things quickly. What time is it? I don't know what time it is. Where is he? I don't know where he is. Who is he? I don't know who he is. Okay. Let's see if I prepared anything else for you today. You're very funny today. You can tell me that if I'm funny. If you think I'm funny, you can say you're very funny today. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of anything. I would just underline the preposition of here. You should know that after afraid, you use preposition of. So when you want to say what you are afraid of, I'm afraid of snakes and spiders and mice and puppies and kittens, and I'm afraid of anything in this world, or I'm not afraid of anything. So afraid of. And of course, when you make questions, you have to ask who or what are you afraid, and you have to use this preposition again, but this time at the end of the question. So I'm not afraid of anything. What are you afraid of? Who are you afraid of? I'm afraid of nothing. Again, a comment. Finally, Maria Pavlovich, hello. You're welcome. I like to teach you English, but I also like when somebody writes a comment to me, even just say hello, but then I know that there are live people there and that I'm not talking to myself. But I somehow got used to talking to myself, because I've made like I don't know, maybe 10 live streams so far, and rarely there were some comments. So yes, I got used to talking to myself, but it's so nice when I see a comment on the screen. So please just say hello to me, and yeah, it will be a push for me, a boost for me, and then I will have more energy and be more positive, and then I can transmit that positive energy to you, and then you can be Vesna, hello, you see. So I just have to ask, and then you will write comments. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so as I see, there is Vesna and Maria and Sandra, Željko, so maybe I can ask you some questions here. And Vesna, thank you very much. And then I will ask you a question now to see if you have been listening to me carefully. And it will be a difficult one. Be careful. So how would you translate a sentence with I wish? And Maria, hello. I cannot use Serbian on this channel. I said to myself that I won't use Serbian, so it's difficult for me to give you something to translate, and that way I would have to use Serbian to give you a sentence in Serbian, and then you can translate it. But no, I can't. I will do that on my other channel. For now, I will just remind you to revise how you use I wish, how I use I wish, and what tenses you can use after I wish. You can use 2 tenses and with different meaning. So that's your first task. The second task is verb to look, and I mentioned look and then 3 phrasal verbs with look. So if you can remember those, you can write them down in comments as well. Okay. So we were with afraid of. Thanks a lot for your help. Thanks a lot for your help. Thanks a lot for your gift. How do you answer when somebody says, thanks a lot for your gift? What should I say? Don't mention it. It's okay. It's okay, don't mention it. It's nothing. But you can use this. Don't mention it. Thanks a lot. Don't mention it. Okay, number 50 is where is the pharmacy? And now we can practice what I was saying about direct and indirect questions. So where is the pharmacy? You ask a random man in the street. Where is the pharmacy? And that man doesn't know the answer, and he says, I don't know. Where? And how should I continue this sentence? What do you think? Where is the pharmacy? Well, I don't know where is the pharmacy. Maybe it sounds okay, but after a while, you will find out that it doesn't sound okay. That you cannot just repeat the direct question. You cannot just repeat it. You have to change something, and you have to change the position of the subject and the verb. So, where is the pharmacy? Sorry. Where is the pharmacy? Sorry. Can you tell me where the pharmacy is? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not from here. I don't know where the pharmacy is. Sorry, I'm not from here. I'm not from this neighborhood. I don't know anyone here and anything here. So I'm just passing by and I have no idea where the pharmacy is. I have no idea where the pharmacy is. I don't know where the pharmacy is. Okay. She has a lot of nice dresses. She has a lot of nice dresses. Lucky her. Lucky her. lucky her. Or she's so rich and beautiful and famous and blah, blah, blah. Oh, lucky her. So I don't want to say envy. You don't envy somebody, but maybe you would like to have what that other person has, and then you can say, well, lucky her. I wish, we can use our wish now to say, okay, so she has a lot of nice dresses and I don't have a lot of nice dresses, but I wish I had a lot of nice dresses. So you see, we use past simple here with this had. Had is past simple form of the verb have. And even though now at this moment I wish, I don't say I wish I have. So never use present after wish. You use either past simple or past perfect. In this case, it's happening now. She has a lot of nice dresses. I don't have a lot of nice dresses, but I wish I had. I wish I had. Who are you afraid of? Here is the question that we mentioned before. So who are you afraid of? I am afraid of my boss. I'm afraid of my neighbor. He has a big dog and he's always in a bad mood and he yells at everybody. So I'm afraid of him. I'm afraid of my boss. I'm afraid of... Who can you be afraid of? I mean, you can be afraid of anyone. Number 56, do you want to scare me? So do you want me to be afraid of you? Do you want to scare me? So sometimes you want to scare somebody just for fun. For example, for Halloween, people put on some different kind of costumes and they are like scary and they want to scare others, but it's just for fun. But sometimes some people really want to scare somebody else. These are scary people. These are people who you can be afraid of. So they can, I don't know, come in the middle of the night to your house and knock on your door. If somebody came in the middle of the night and knocked on my door, I would be really, really scared. So don't do that. And yes, so people can scare you really or just for fun. But don't scare others. It's not nice. Who will she invite to the party? Okay, here we have another question with future. Who will she invite to the party? So auxiliary is will and the main verb is invite. So let's apply that rule that we have learned regarding indirect questions. So I ask you, who will she invite to the party? Do you know? Do you know? I have no idea. Who? So how would you continue this sentence? Who will she invite to the party? So you just have, it has to be clear what auxiliary and what a main word is. And then you just have to do something with that. And with subject, of course. So who will she? Will she? I have no idea who she will invite to the party. So there is no inversion anymore. No inversion, no auxiliary verb and then subject, but vice versa. First the subject and then the verb. So who will she invite to the party? I have no idea who she will invite to the party. But actually, I would like to know who she will invite to the party, because that is, I mean, why would you like to know that? Because I want to decide whether to go to her party or not. If she invites some nice girls or nice boys, then I will go to her party. So that is why I would like to know who she will invite to her party. Okay, we will read until number 60. Now we are at 58, 59. Is the key on the table? Again, a question with the verb to be. Is the key on the table? Well, the table is too far away from me and I cannot see. I can't see if the key is on the table. Is the key on the table? That's a simple question. That's a yes and no question. Is the key on the table? Yes, it is. No, it's not. So if you want to make indirect sentence on the indirect question, then you have to put if. If the original question starts with simple yes and no question, then you have to put if in between these two clauses. So I can't see if the key is on the table. I don't know if she will invite me or not. And this one, until when did you work or did he work? Let's put he here. And then we can answer, I don't know. Until when he worked. This is a bit tricky here. Do you know, can you see what I did here? Here is a direct question. So the question word, when, auxiliary for the past simple tense, did, subject, and the base word. Until when did he work? I don't know, or do you know? So indirect types of questions and sentences. In this indirect types, we don't use auxiliary, do, does, did. We just skip them. But if we skip did, we have to put ed at the end of the word because we have to know that it is something that happened in the past. But I guess this needs a lot more explanation, so I guess we can do this in our next live session. For now on, I'm going to have a cup of tea or some coffee and to rest a little bit because I've been talking for an hour and a half. And yes, hopefully you listen to me carefully. Hopefully you memorized something, you learned something, and see you next time. Bye.